Hello, everyone. We are continuing with our series of interviews with the amazing women in the data platform world who are speaking at the SQLBits conference that's going to be happening in Wales, England between March 14th to 18th, 2023. This is among the best conferences for SQL Server related stuff. You may want to consider attending if you're watching. The person we're talking to today is Rosie Djurovic. She has two sessions at this conference. One is Introduction to Dataverse, and the second is Self-Taught Journey into Data. And we will shortly learn from her on what each of these sessions are about. Our sponsor for today's episode is SQL Tailor Consulting, Joe Fleming, who's among the best people in the data world and who's been sponsoring us for some time. Joe will be donating $20 to Girls Who Code for every person we interview. And if you're looking for someone for your remote DBA needs, he's a good person to reach out to. Thank you, Joe, for doing this. All right. So let's get started with some introductions. Rosie, why don't you go ahead and tell the audience about yourself a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me here today. It's really lovely to be here to speak with you both. So my name is Rosie Djurovic. I'm a business intelligence developer. I work for a company called Maxica Consulting. I mostly focus on the Power Platform and Power BI, and I also integrate Power Platform with almost anything that I can. So constantly looking at different ways of integrating different systems and different technologies with the Power Platform. So my two sessions are focused around Power Platform and also data in general.
Cool. What part of the UK are you in?
I'm on the Wirral, so northwest, just near Liverpool.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So why don't you talk to us about your first talk that you're going to be doing?
Sure. So Introduction to Dataverse is obviously Power Platform related session. And the session will be focused around how you can get started using Dataverse. I want to show people just how easy it is to start using Dataverse completely from scratch. So the session is open to anybody that has an interest, but will be particularly useful for people that are from low database maturity businesses. Perhaps you're storing lots of data in Excel or something like SharePoint, and you're looking to take the first step into structured data organization, then this session is really going to be perfect for you. We're going to set up a complete environment. We're going to start just with having data in Excel, and we're going to set up a Dataverse environment. We're going to integrate it with Canvas apps and Power BI and show just how quick and easy it is for anybody to get started.
So the Dataverse is like the pre-canned structured data that Microsoft has come up with, right? Is that what that is? Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. So if you're using something like Azure AD, then actually in your organization you're already using Dataverse. So it is previously known as the Common Data Service. So lots of people might or recognize it from that name. And it is a database. It's a low code, no code database, but it's also much more than a database. And I don't want to give too much away now, but we will go into those details.
Don't give away your secrets.
Yeah,
everybody to come see you.
Yeah, we can see everything that Dataverse has to offer in the session.
Nice. That sounds interesting. I did a little bit of work with Microsoft, the Dynamics 365 CRM and F&O systems, and we went into the common data model, and it was super easy with the Azure link to get all of that set up and working. So fun.
Yeah, and
So your other session is a more of a professional development, how you got into data.
Yeah, exactly right. So I am completely self-taught in data. I don't have a maths degree or computer science degree. Everything I know, I have learned from myself and also from a huge amount of support from the community. So this session is really about allowing others to go on a similar journey to me. It may be that you've just left school and you're not sure what to do. I think it will be particularly appealing for if you're in a different career and you're perhaps wanting to pivot into data. I want to share some of my experiences, some of the techniques that I've used, share some of the resources that I've made use of, and mostly just focus on the amazing community that, you know, if you reach out to the community, the support that they will offer you is quite overwhelming, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And that they will really help you and embrace you, because that's been my experience, and I absolutely wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for them. So I really just want to showcase that and hopefully help somebody else that was in a similar position to me a few years ago.
Have you been to BITS before?
Mm-hmm.
First time.
I too.
Oh, great.
Very exciting.
Oh, fantastic. So have you been to any other data conferences?
No, first one.
Is this your first time speaking?
I've spoken at one. I spoke at New Stars of Data.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'm sure Ben would like a shout out there.
Yeah.
For one of his mentees making it to the conference. Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Actually, I have a lot to thank Ben for. He recommended that I do a different session related to this, my journey into data. So yeah, big shout out to Ben, and really looking forward to actually meeting some of the community face to face. I got into sort of tech and data about 3 years ago, so most of my experience has been through lockdown. So it'll be really nice to actually
Ben and William. I keep leaving out William every time, so I should.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, really looking forward to attending in person.
What kind of costume are you going to wear?
Oh, I don't know. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't feel very.
Yeah, but you have a very elf-like face. You should totally go with an elf theme.
Oh, maybe I can just come as myself.
Just wear a long flowing green dress and say I'm an elf.
Yeah. But I was definitely thinking of dressing up quite glamorous for my sessions. So I was definitely thinking to really dress up for my session. So yeah, maybe I will go with an elf then. What about you? Have you got costumes prepared?
I'm not going in person. I'm just going to be there with you all virtually. But Les has got some fun stuff there.
I'm going to be a thief.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I'll need to Google that.
Just like I got a black cape and a mask and like a special there's a game called Skyrim, and it has a skeleton key that like opens every lock, and somebody's made a replica. So I've got a skeleton key so I can unlock all the locks, and I'm excited.
Wow, that is cool. Okay, I really need to up my research.
I understand that it's a pretty big deal, like the party and the costume thing. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to show up and be a slough or anything. I gotta
Oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I definitely need to get prepared.
I've never been to BITS. I'm super excited. Sounds like a great event.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it as well.
What's something else that's fun about you that our audience can know?
Something fun about me. I don't know if this is fun for other people to know, but it's definitely what I do for fun. So I'm very sporty. So I started doing triathlons last year. So I spend when I'm not working and when I get a break from being with my kids, then I spend most of my time training. So might not be that fun for everybody else, but it's what I do to have fun.
There will probably be like a run one day that some of the big runners put together, like a run one morning.
I'd definitely be up for that. actually Jess, who was my mentor for New Stars of Data. I know she's quite sporty as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd definitely be keen for doing a big SQL.
Oh, Jess Boland? Yes. Oh, sorry. Jess Schultz.
Jess Pomfret.
Oh, Jess Pomfret. Okay. There are a few Jesses. So Jess
Yeah.
Pomfret. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
that sounds great. I'm super excited. I'm really excited for your Dataverse session.
Yes.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing you there, and I hope that you'll find it useful. I think if you say you have some experience in Dynamics, then I think some of what we're going to go through will be familiar to you, but definitely in terms of the UI, it'll be quite new, and there's some really cool things that we can do in the Power Platform now. So I definitely want to showcase some of that Power Platform capability. But the main purpose of it is to just show, just how easy it is to get started. You don't need to have any coding experience or something like that. You don't need to have a database architect or an engineer. You really can get started. So if you're working in a small organization and you don't have a lot of resource, maybe it might just be you and your data team, then definitely come along. I'm sure it will be a useful session.
And government workers too. I like to tease that when I work in government, if I could only use it if it was old or free.
Yeah.
And the Dataverse really allows those employees that don't have all of the tools to really just jump right in and be productive and get good information out of their data.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we already are using Dataverse. So if you're using the Microsoft ecosystem, it's being backed by Dataverse already. So it is, as you say, really easy to just tap into quite quickly. For your organization, it's almost a win-win if you want to sell it to them. You can start pulling insights out of your data very easily. It's a very low barrier to entry in terms of the learning curve, but also the cost. So I think it can be a really great place to get started.
All right. Thank you, Rosie, for your time. Those who have been listening, I hope you get to attend one of her sessions if you happen to be at SQLBits.
Or attending virtually.
Or you could be attending virtually too. She is presenting in person, but you could absolutely watch it if you're a virtual attendee. I certainly plan to.
And I can't wait to meet you in person. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
This afternoon.
Yes. Thanks very much. Have a lovely day.
You too, Rosie.
Bye.
Bye.